Hello and welcome to a brand spanking new Crafty Simulations video. You join me with my favourite twin-engine aircraft because there has been a new update. So this means update video. Right, so we've had just launched from COWS the version 1.14, and this video is here to talk about the update and what is included, because at the moment, like a lot of flight simulator products, a lot of aircraft and helicopters and whatnot are being updated for obviously Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and I do think that this update is also including 2024 parts of the update. But there is a few other things that are for 2020 users as well. So I do like to cover the DA42 and its updates, because I've done just about every update previously. So this is version 1.14. So we're going to go through the patch notes and we're going to discuss just what is involved in the update. I've done one flight with the new version, and I did notice a few things. This is the detailed patch notes for the update. So we have a loosened up flight model further and other tweaks. So they've loosened up the flight model. I'm guessing they're making it more fluid, I think is how they're going there, because especially when you've got, what do they call it, the turbulence set in the simulator. I've noticed I was flying, I don't know why, but my simulator had knocked the turbulence level down to the least amount, and the aircraft is quite solid in its position in the sky. It doesn't go up and down, all that sort of stuff. Put the turbulence back onto realistic, which is how I normally like to fly, and the aircraft was bouncing around a little bit more. I took it on a flight out over Lincolnshire, out over the coast and the East Coast, and it was a lot more less bouncy when it was over the sea, and then when I descended back into the airfield, which was Waddington here, it started to get a little more bumpy as I was getting towards ground, so more realistic. So I think that's sort of what they're on about there. We have new temperature simulation of engine block, water, radiators and oil. Okay, so this is very important because obviously this is how you look after the aircraft. So we do have some more temperature related stuff, which if I switch over, obviously I haven't got the aircraft powered up, but the temperatures will be on here under the engine section, which I think is that button there, which we will see in the next flight. We have new gear and hydraulic simulation. Okay, so they have been working on the undercarriage. And I did notice, although I didn't notice some previous versions, I thought the aircraft handled quite well on the ground as it was. But I did stamp on the brakes just to test it, and the suspension of the nose wheel did look it did look realistic, let's just say that. It looked very good. I think this also might be a link towards 2024 because they've got a different way of aircraft handling on the ground. So we also have an improved oil pressure simulation, improved voltage simulation, improved external lighting, and improved stall buffet. I can't say that word. I want to say buffet, but that's food. So again, we're going for a more realistic internal systems, making the aircraft more realistic for us, which is what we all want. Doors now show in multiplayer. Both users must be on the updated version. Okay, so I don't fly multiplayer, but I dare say there's been a few issues where certain things will show on one computer but won't show on somebody else's computer if they have the same aircraft. So now we have, if we both have the updated 1.14 version of the COWS DA42, then the doors will show in whatever position they're in the multiplayer across both aircraft. So we also have added minimums call out and added calibrated airspeed error. I didn't hear minimums call out on the last flight. I heard the 500 foot call out. I don't know whether it's referring to that. Maybe I haven't set a minimums up. Maybe it's something like that, but again. So the next section we go on to is the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 fixes. Okay, so this aircraft was updated in this version to run in the new simulator, ignoring the fact that the new simulator doesn't quite work for everyone. Okay, so we have fixed rudder inputs, fixed low oil pressure, fixed aircraft spawning cold and out of trim, fixed G1000 not working for some, and fixed nose gear clunks. Okay, so obviously Microsoft and Asobo did say that the new 2024 simulator would be backwards compatible with 90% of all products, aircraft and helicopters from 2020. What in reality it meant was that developers that was not Asobo and was not Microsoft would have to obviously update their aircraft. Some aircraft would work natively, some aircraft would work all right with a few issues, some aircraft just didn't work at all. So, you know, there are companies that are releasing updates for the new sim, obviously as the new sim is adopted by users and developers. They're learning how to bring their old 2020 products through to the new sim. I read somewhere yesterday as Flying Iron Works, Flying Iron Simulations even, the ones with the FW190, the Spitfire and the BF109, the newer aircraft, so the FW190 I think worked all right. The BF109 was all right. The Spitfire didn't have sound. You know, the older the aircraft, the more issues they had. So, like I say, developers are working around this. We also have model fixes. So I don't know whether this is still. Well, this is still for 2024. So we have removed excessive dirt from the glass. Okay, so we do have. I don't know if I can see it. Might have actually removed it from this one as well, if I'm honest, because that screen looks very, very clean. But yeah, some of the dirt on the screen, so maybe there was excessive across the sim. They've removed that. We have new thumbnails for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 because obviously the aircraft look differently in the sim. We have refined geometry and normal shading on the TDI engine. So they've changed some of the graphical effects of the TDI engine because there is two versions of the DA42 in the sim. And we have a restructuring of glass objects. Okay, so they are tweaking stuff to take advantage of 2024 and its new way of doing stuff. Obviously, I do have 2024. I have it installed. I have managed to do the grand total of 3 flights, only one of which I actually landed back at the airfield I intended to land at. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to see any 2024 content on this channel just yet. There's a few issues. My internet is not the best. So I am kind of restricted in when I can use 2024. 2020, not an issue. 2024, being a streaming game, it's a bit of an issue. It's a bit hit and miss, but I have the sim installed. I am trying to sort out internet so that I can actually use it more reliably. I know that there is issues across both my system and Microsoft and Asobo servers. I won't go into that. I've covered this before in a previous video. I just wanted to get the sim installed, see what was going on, and obviously as the fixes start coming out. I mean, at the moment, as of this video being made, the Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving, so we can't expect diddly squat coming out of America for the time being. But obviously Asobo and Microsoft have acknowledged that there is a few issues, and that's been polite, and they are trying to work on it. They have released a few hot fixes here and there to sort stuff out, but there are still a lot of players that still cannot get access, that the simulator still sticks at 97%. The performance is absolutely woeful, you know, all those kind of things. We've all seen it, but they are working on it, so they are trying to sort things out. But that's 2024. I think personally we will see probably some content around the new year when things really start settling down here on the channel. I do want to cover it. I do want to get used to it. I have been going through the rigmarole of setting controls up. That's been quite interesting to say the least. And there is the DA42. I haven't installed any of my aircraft from 2020 yet into the new sim. I am getting good performance. I will say I'm getting very, very good performance on the new sim, on my hardware. I don't have the most up-to-date hardware. I am running a 3090 GPU, but I can't remember what processor I'm running, but the processor is a lot better, and that's because of the multi-core support that now is in 2024, something we've been crying out for a long time. Anyway, that's 2024. That's all in the future. This is the DA42 Twin Star. This is version 1.14. I was going to tag this video and go straight for a flight. I thought maybe, you know, put them together. I thought, no, we're going to separate them because I want to talk about the DA42 because we are coming up to the end of 2024 and I was trying to think about what is my favourite aircraft of the sim, and there is so many. And I mean, just in the GA envelope of aviation here on 2020, there's so many. And I don't know why. I really don't know. This aircraft has a whopping issue in the fact of there is no EFB, flight bag or tablet or anything like that. It does not have one. It was rumoured, I heard many months ago, it was getting one as part of an update, but it never got one. And I know COWS are releasing a new Diamond product, probably more aimed for 2024 than 2020, but that'll probably be out in the new year. But the Twin Star for me is the daddy of all twin-engined aircraft on the sim, and I know that's a big statement to say because there is some cracking. I'm thinking of the Black Squares aircraft. Their aircraft are absolutely fantastic. But for me personally, it's the DA42. Always has been, always will be. So I'm probably going to be creating a video sort of towards the end of the year to discuss and go through some of my favourite aircraft of the sim, favourite helicopters. So we're probably going to go for favourite dual-engined aircraft, favourite single-engined aircraft, favourite helicopter. We're going to go through favourite scenery, burning blue design. I'm looking at you guys. Yeah, I'm probably going to go through some of my favourites of the sim so far for 2024. So, if you've enjoyed this video, I hope you have. If you found it informative, I hope you have. If you've got any questions about the DA42 and the latest update, please put them below. And hopefully in the next video, we are going to be taking the DA42 Twin Star version 1.1.4 for a little flight. So yes, stay tuned, and that video will be following this video. So I will see you very soon for a flight in the Twin Star.